I'm Michael Bain and welcome to Triggered, coming to you as always from Dragon House Studios in the secret hidden bunker in the Rocky Mountains, and brought to you this week by our good friends at Taurus. I want to show you a rifle that I've been waiting to get. Actually, I've been waiting since the SHOT Show. If you recall, when I was at the SHOT Show, this last January, I went by the Ruger booth and I said, what's new? And they, of course, showed me what was new. And then on the wall, I spotted this rifle. I said, that's new. They said, well, it's part of our AR-556 line, but this one's kind of special. I think it's serial number like 8548 or something like that. Of course, Ruger's been making ARs for a long time. But what really struck me about this rifle, and the reason that I ordered one for myself, is that it's a feature-heavy rifle on a platform, the AR-556 platform, that has been a rock for me and pretty much everybody else that's used it. What makes this rifle special is this thing right here. You can see it's a pretty barrel. It's a really pretty barrel. It is a proof carbon fiber 18-inch barrel. I believe that the proof carbon fiber barrels are among the finest barrels that pretty much have ever been made. I've spent time and visited the proof factory when we were filming for Shooting Gallery, and I got to see how these barrels were made, and you didn't get to because they're proprietary. And I wasn't allowed to actually film the way the machine lays down the carbon fiber around the core. But they have a reputation for really stunning accuracy. They also have a reputation for a high price. Funny how those two things seem to go together. But there's a lot of other features on this AR-556 that really turned it into a very special gun. The stock they went with back here, this is a Magpul PRS Lite stock. Because the Magpul stocks, PRS of course, a precision rifle series, the best competition long-range rifle series in the country. So over the years, a lot of product has gotten hammered out on the PRS circuit. The original Magpul PRS stock, which I used on the 308, a little bit heavier, a little bit bulkier. This is the 308, or this is the Magpul PRS Lite. Of course, it has adjustable length of pull, adjustable comb. Another thing that makes this gun stand out, and we're going to talk about it a little bit more, is Ruger decided that since everybody on earth goes out and buys a custom trigger for an AR, maybe you just ought to sell an AR with a custom trigger in it. We'll be right back. This week's Triggered is brought to you by Taurus USA. Always ready, always bring it. Stoeger. Everyday tough. SDS Imports, Thesis. Thesis means quality. Hunter's HD Gold. They change so you don't have to. And MTM Case Guard. Quality shooting sports accessories. Welcome back to Triggered, brought to you this week by Taurus. And we're talking about this top-of-the-line Ruger AR-556. I mentioned the trigger. One of the things we almost always do, you go out and buy a cheaper AR and then you're sitting around late at night in bed looking through the internet for triggers, and you say, well, it's really easy to replace an AR trigger, I'll get another one. Well, a while back, Ruger decided that why shouldn't they make their own high-end trigger so they could offer that in their top-end guns. So this gun comes with the Elite 452 trigger. Ruger started making that several years back. It is two-stage trigger, 4.5 pounds. It is a really good trigger. Exactly the kind of trigger you would buy aftermarket. So that's available here. You'll notice it's also in fetching red. That's so that it actually matches the gray Cerakote, because I've said this once before, maybe twice before. I've said it a lot. The only difference between men and the lower animals is the ability to accessorize. So you might as well have a red trigger with gray Cerakote gun. Other features that really work out well. This is a rifle-length gas system. It's one of Ruger's own lightweight 4Ns, 15-inch 4N. It's got, of course, M-LOK rails at 369. This is Ruger's own, once again, a proprietary muzzle device, muzzle brake. And my experience with Ruger muzzle brakes is that they're very good. They're also very loud. But you can't have one without the other. This Magpul MOE K2 grip, which is a grip that I like, a little bit more of a vertical grip on it. This rifle, as it sits here now, is fitted with an older Burris XTR2. It's a 4-20 scope, first focal plane scope, and it has been here around the Secret Hidden Bunker a workhorse for some years. I think you know, this is maybe 2 generations removed from current Burris products, but I have to say, I have 2 Burris XTR scopes, and they are tanks, and they work extremely well. I've been very pleased with them on any number of guns. And this guy here, it's mounted on a JP one-piece mount. Of course, JP Enterprise is some of the finest gear that you're going to be able to buy, founded by John Paul, my friend. And this is a good, steady, solid hold on an AR that is designed to shoot longer distances, because that's what this is for. Hopefully, and I say hopefully because the best laid plans of mice and men, etc., this gun in the next 4 or 5 weeks is going to be going up north into the North Country to slay the dread prairie dog. As you know, this time of year, the prairie dogs pour out of their dens. They come south. There's tens of millions of them, however that works. It's a terrifying moment. But what we have here, and I'm looking forward to taking it and shooting and getting it sighted in, is an AR designed to shoot a little bit longer distances. It's got a barrel on it that you would happily pay big money for. It's got a stock on it that you'll happily pay big money for. It's got a trigger that retails for $160, something like that, $160. The package is a little over $2,000. Considering a $950 barrel, considering a $160 trigger, considering a couple of $100 worth of grip and stock, why not just buy the whole thing finished rather than build it yourself? And when we come back, we're going to look at a killer deal on a revolver. Welcome back to Triggered. I've already shown you at least one of the new Rossi 38-357 revolvers, but I wanted to take special time with this guy. This is an RM66. It has a 6-inch barrel, 6-shot, 38-357, very, very similar to what you would call a Smith & Wesson K-frame, how we might define these revolvers. This weighs a speck less than 35 ounces. It's got a rubber grip on it that it's pretty good. I would love to see it with a really nice Hogue grip, and I think I might do that. But the rubber grip is excellent. It fits well. The finger grooves are not particularly annoying. To me, the gun looks great, and this is consistent with something that the Rossi company, and as you know, it's part of Taurus, has been doing with the revolvers. You've got this matte flat finish. You can also get it in a black finish, but the trigger pull sets this thing apart because the trigger pull is so smooth. Yeah, it's running 13, 14 pounds, but it is an easy 13, 14 pounds. Again, single action trigger. I don't pay that much attention to single action triggers on double action guns. If you want to shoot a single action gun, they make guns that are called, let me think about it, single action. A Heritage, for example, probably has about a 3-pound trigger should you need to make a single action shot. But this gun, in the details, is absolutely beautiful. And with a trigger that doesn't have to immediately go to the shop, one that you can run and run and run. This is a gun that you can use, for self-defense. It's a gun that you can use for hunting with heavier 357 hunting loads. It's a gun that they say on the site that you could take this gun to the Bianchi Cup, and you know what? You could take this gun to the Bianchi Cup. It's that good. It's a beautifully made gun. MSRP $620. Today, before I came out here, I checked. I've seen it as low as $488. That is a steal. Okay, so that's Triggered for this week. I'm still Michael Bain. This is still brought to you by Taurus. And you can find us on michaelbain.tv. You can find us on YouTube. You can find us on Rumble. If you look close, you might be able to find us on Facebook. Until next week, you stay safe.